Several years ago, I picked up a set of close-up filters for my 50mm lens, and it's essentially a set of magnifying glasses that you can screw onto the front of a lens, and you can stack them one on top of the other so that basically you can get really good close-up shots of anything, really. And for a long time over the years, I posted a lot of pictures of things that I've taken, just objects and flowers and plants and whatnot, with those close-up filters. And I've learned a ton about shooting photos close up. Well, recently, I actually got a real, honest-to-goodness macro lens. And this is one of the first pictures I ever took with this macro lens. Not the first, but one of the first. And I'm learning to use this macro lens. And you can expect several shots of this taken with this macro lens over the next several weeks, months, I don't know. But this lens is amazing. It's a 105mm f2.8. Nikon lens. It's actually made in 2006, so it's not a new lens, or at least this particular model came out in 2006. But to give you an idea of what this lens can do, I've got this shot here. And we all know the size of a Hershey's Kiss. This is like a candy that's probably an inch or less tall and less than an inch in diameter at the base. But it takes up almost the entire frame. And this was shot at f/19, believe it or not. It looks like crazy that the depth of field would be so shallow. I mean, half this thing's in focus. You got like the depth of field here is less than a centimeter. And when you get that depth of field at f/19, it just shows you the tolerances we're dealing with when shooting up close like that. I kind of arranged this shot in that I positioned a couple other candies behind this to add an interesting coloration to the background. But mostly, I just wanted to play around with this lens. And you'll notice the foreground, like the birthday thing that you see, the wording is just slightly out of focus. And the front of the candy, the very front of like the actual chocolate treat itself, the wrapper is just slightly out of focus. It took me a while to go up to f/19. I started at like f4 and f5.6. And the depth of field was just too shallow. So I went all the way to f/19, and finally I got this photo. And I kept on thinking, well, f/19, the background is going to be in focus. I don't want the background in focus. Well, the background is definitely out of focus. And we're talking a matter of inches here that the candies in the background are separated from this. So it is amazing shooting with this lens. And I've been taking a lot of photos with it. I'm going to take a lot more. It really is something else to get to use a device that lets you shoot photos of things this close, and it unlocks a whole new world of photographic possibilities. And I'm excited for what the next several weeks, months, even years hold for macro photography, as you'll see here on Weekly 50.